Ever wondered how one person can transform the world? This is the awe-inspiring story of Jeff Bezos, a bold thinker who shattered boundaries and redefined possibilities. Get ready to be amazed. Our story unfolds on January 12, 1964, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where the future titan of e-commerce, Jeff Bezos, was born. From those earliest days, his family knew they had an extraordinary child on their hands. Can you imagine a determined 4-year-old using a screwdriver to disassemble his crib in 1968? That was Jeff, his insatiable curiosity driving him to understand how things worked. There's even a funny story that after taking it apart, he tried rebuilding it, piece by piece. In 1968, the Bezos family relocated to Houston, Texas, where Jeff's brilliant mind truly flourished. He became a voracious reader, devouring books on science, technology, any topic that sparked his interest. At Miami Palmetto Senior High School, Jeff was a standout student. Juggling top grades, the science club, and even a part-time job at McDonald's, he demonstrated his incredible work ethic early on. Rumor has it, his teachers marveled at his endless questions and thirst for knowledge. Jeff's remarkable achievements earned him a spot at the prestigious Princeton University in 1982. There, he pursued his passions for computer science and electrical engineering, sowing the seeds for his future tech ventures. From those childhood days of curiosity to his academic excellence, one thing was clear: Jeff Bezos possessed a mindset that defied limits. While his peers dreamed, he dared to envision a future most could scarcely imagine. So, what incredible feat did this future titan tackle next? The answer will leave you in awe. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's uncover how Jeff took his first bold leap into the unknown world of e-commerce. So, you've learned about Jeff Bezos' brilliant mind and early life. But what happened after he left the hallowed halls of Princeton University? Where did this visionary's professional journey truly begin? Just imagine, a young man brimming with ambition, skills, and a relentless drive to innovate. The year is 1986, and Jeff has scored his first job out of college at a little company called Fittle. Fittle? Who's ever heard of Fittle? Exactly. This wasn't the dream gig for someone with Bezos' boundless potential, but he saw it as his first step towards bigger things. For the next few years, Jeff grinded away in the corporate world, hustling at companies like Bankers Trust, DE, Shaw, and more. All the while, his mind raced with bigger ideas that could revolutionize entire industries. Can you imagine working at a regular 9 to 5 when you have visions of upending global commerce dancing in your head? That's the mindset Jeff operated with daily. While his peers planned future promotions, he dreamed of disrupting the status quo. Then in 1994, a light bulb moment. Jeff learned that the internet's growth rate was an incredible 2,300% per year. He realized this new digital frontier held massive potential for an online bookstore that could rapidly outpace traditional retailers. So what did the ultimate risk-taker do? He quit his high-paying job at DE Shaw, cashed out his savings, and took the biggest leap of his life, starting his own online venture from his garage in Seattle. An online bookstore from a garage? Crazy idea or a stroke of genius? You'll have to stay tuned for the next chapter to find out. But first, put your thinking caps on. What would you have done in Jeff's shoes? Play it safe or bet it all on a wild gamble? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because believe me, you won't want to miss how this bold visionary brings his game-changing plan to life. Last chapter, we saw a young Jeff Bezos taking the biggest risk of his life by quitting his high-paying job. But why? What radical idea was brewing in that brilliant mind of his? It was 1994, and Jeff had an epiphany. The internet's meteoric 2,300% growth could be harnessed to create something revolutionary: the world's first online bookstore. Crazy, right? That's exactly what the naysayers thought. But Jeff's vision was clear as day. As he put it himself, "There's nothing about our model that can't be repluralized." Big dreams for this big thinker. So in July 1994, Jeff started making plans and wrote his business plan for the company he called Cadabra, on a cross-country drive from New York to Seattle. Finally settling in a garage in Seattle, he convinced his wife's trust fund to invest $100,000 as seed money for his wild idea. But of course, turning that idea into reality took incredible hustle. Jeff spent months creating the software, getting books from distributors, doing everything himself in the early days. As he said, "I could build 1 billion servers in a garage." His hard work paid off on July 16, 1995, when Amazon.com launched as an online bookstore with plenty of doubters. But those early orders kept rolling in. By September, it was processing $20,000 per week, proving his online model could work. Getting there wasn't easy though. To fund Amazon's growth, Jeff had to get creative, even borrowing money against his personal stocks and home. But he always stayed focused on his long-term vision for Amazon to be an everything store. So let me ask you, when your backs are against the wall, and everyone thinks you're crazy, do you give up? Or do you double down like Jeff and show the world they were wrong to doubt your big dream? That's the mindset of a true visionary. If you're feeling inspired to chase your own ambitious goals, let me know in the comments. And make sure to subscribe, because you won't want to miss how Jeff Bezos takes his garage startup to incredible new heights. In our last chapter, we witnessed Jeff Bezos defying all odds and turning his bold vision into reality by launching Amazon.com in 1995. But that was just the beginning. Can you imagine? A humble online bookstore operating out of a garage, aiming to take on the entire retail world? Yeah, the doubters were still plenty. But Jeff remained laser-focused on growth. To fund that growth, Amazon secured $8 million in Series A funding in 1995, followed by $8 million more in 1996. Bezos was relentless in pitching venture capitalists on his revolutionary online model. With those funds, Amazon moved out of the garage and into an actual office space, rapidly hiring employees. Their hard work paid off as revenues skyrocketed, from $511,000 in 1995 to over $15.7 million in 1996. Still, challenges remained. The dot-com bubble was inflating, and many dismissed Amazon as just another overhyped tech startup burning cash. In fact, there's a legendary rumor that a Barnes & Noble executive once joked, "Amazon is something I can put my hand around and squish like a bug." Boy, were they wrong. Driven by his long-term thinking, Jeff took Amazon public in 1997, raising $54 million in an IPO. As he put it, "It's harder to get a kid to take the long view than for an adult." Even as the dot-com bubble burst and giants like Pets.com went under, Amazon persevered through the carnage, developing new revenue streams like third-party selling. Why? Because Jeff's focus was crystal clear. As he stated, "I knew that if I failed, I wouldn't regret that, but I knew the one thing I might regret is not trying." Speaking of trying against all odds, let's hear from a fellow visionary who embodies that same unwavering ambition and tenacity. I have an in-depth video that chronicles Elon Musk's extraordinary journey from growing up in a small town in South Africa to becoming one of the world's richest and most influential innovators. It's a must-watch story of grit, vision, and shattering boundaries for anyone feeling inspired by these legendary titans. There you have it. Two trailblazing entrepreneurs overcoming every obstacle through sheer will and conviction in their vision. Let me know in the comments what drives you to push through challenges and defy the doubters. Because you won't want to miss how Jeff Bezos guides Amazon through this rollercoaster early era into total industry dominance in the chapters ahead. You've witnessed Jeff Bezos' incredible journey from those early garage days to steering Amazon through the turbulent dot-com era. But the pioneer's unstoppable vision was just getting started. Can you even imagine life nowadays without fast, free shipping? It's hard, right? That's because in 2005, Amazon Prime revolutionized how we shop and reshaped our expectations forever. From its launch with just a few million members, Prime has exploded to over 200 million subscribers worldwide as of 2022. Changing the free shipping game was just the beginning though. As Jeff Bezos said, "We're not competing with any other retailers, we're really competing against inconvenience." Speaking of convenience, let me ask you this. How often do you stream videos, use mobile apps, or store data in the cloud? Pretty much daily, right? Well, you have Amazon's powerhouse Amazon Web Services, or AWS, to thank for that. Launched in 2006, AWS has grown into the market-leading cloud computing platform, with millions of customers like Netflix, Facebook, and ESPN relying on its servers worldwide. Its revenues topped a whopping $62 billion in 2022. But AWS is just one part of Amazon's relentless push to innovate our lives. Who remembers when e-readers and smart home devices seemed like science fiction? Well, in 2007, Amazon made the Kindle a reality, forever changing how we read books. Then in 2014, Amazon upended the smart home game with the Echo and its AI assistant Alexa. From pioneering Prime, to powering the internet's backbone with AWS, to sparking revolutions in reading and smart homes, Amazon's impact just keeps growing. All driven by one key philosophy from Bezos himself: I'm willing to be misunderstood for long periods of time. So let me ask you this: when was the last time an idea of yours was dismissed or misunderstood? Did you let that stop you from pursuing your vision? Or are you willing to embrace being misunderstood, just like Jeff Bezos, in order to create something world-changing? If you're feeling fired up to blaze your own pioneering trail no matter what, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment sharing your biggest, boldest ambitions. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because there's still so much more ingenuity from Amazon coming in the next chapters. The future is yours to create. Alright visionaries, you've seen how Jeff Bezos pioneered game-changing innovations like Prime, AWS, and Alexa, transforming our lives with pure ingenuity. But he was just getting warmed up. Because from those early Seattle days, Jeff always envisioned Amazon as a worldwide phenomenon. And boy, did he deliver. By the late 2000s, the company had expanded its tentacles to nations across the globe. 1998, Germany and United Kingdom. 2000, France and Japan. 2002, Canada. This was Bezos planting flags and dominating e-commerce one country at a time. As he put it, we're building the world online. But you know Jeff wasn't satisfied just dominating the digital world, right? Let's flash forward to that jaw-dropping moment in 2017 when Amazon shook up the entire grocery industry by acquiring Whole Foods for a staggering $13.7 billion. Yeah, that earth-shattering deal sent shockwaves through rival retailers. In fact, rumor has it that the Whole Foods CEO once said, "My dream is that every year on my birthday, Jeff Bezos will buy me a birthday gift worth $10 million or more." Well, those massive acquisitions were just the tip of the iceberg. Over the past decade, Amazon has solidified itself as the undisputed titan of global retail and e-commerce through sheer ambition and innovative thinking. Get a load of these staggering numbers. In 2022, Amazon captured nearly 38% of U.S. e-commerce sales and raked in over $469 billion in net revenues globally. Those are conquest stats. But you know what's even more mind-blowing? The reality that all this worldwide domination stemmed from one person's bold vision. One individual's refusal to think small and accept limits. So let me ask you this: what's stopping you from shattering boundaries and leaving your colossal imprint across the globe? Is it fear of failure? Listening to doubters? Or do you have that same blazing desire to conquer, just like Jeff Bezos? Well, the choice is yours. But for those wanting to model a mindset of genuine global dominance, you gotta stay locked in for the final chapters. We're just getting started unveiling Amazon's most revolutionary conquests yet. Let me know what territory you plan to take over, and don't forget to crush that subscribe button. You've witnessed the meteoric rise of Amazon from a humble online bookstore to an undisputed empire dominating global retail. But the trajectory of its founder, Jeff Bezos, has been nothing short of stratospheric. In 2022, Jeff Bezos cemented his status as the world's first individual with a net worth surpassing $200 billion. A staggering personal fortune that officially coronated him as the richest person on the planet. Just listen to how the media covers his every move, his immense influence looming over multiple industries. From e-commerce to cloud computing, streaming to AI, Jeff Bezos has established himself as the modern-day Renaissance man. And his reach extends well beyond business too. Like when he dropped a cool $250 million in 2013 to buy the iconic Washington Post newspaper and solidify himself as a powerhouse in media. But you know, none of these breathtaking accomplishments would have been possible without the unwavering support of his parents and wife Mackenzie. In fact, it was Mackenzie's hedge fund investing $245,000 as Amazon's very first seed money to help Jeff's crazy idea for an online bookstore lift off the ground back in 1995. From those garage days feverishly building out Amazon's software and wrestling books, to running a company worth over $1 trillion today, Jeff Bezos' journey encapsulates the true American dream in its purest, most aspirational form. So let me ask you this. What's stopping you from scripting your own legendary, generational wealth story? Is it playing it too safe? Listening to naysayers? Or do you have the burning desire to follow in Bezos' footsteps and kick convention to the curb to build something colossal? If you've got that unstoppable entrepreneurial spirit, I need you to go all in right now. Smash that subscribe button, share this video with every person you know who could use a galvanizing dose of motivation, and drop a comment, no, a virtual battle cry, about the empire you're determined to create. Because let this be a lesson, when you wield conviction in your towering vision and put blinders on to the doubters, you can join the pantheon of pioneers who rewrite the very rules of what's possible. Just like the inimitable Jeff Bezos, one of the world's richest person,